Welcome to this Thomas International case study overview, looking at how Shurgard used the Thomas assessments, specifically PPA and GIA, to reduce staff turnover and promote a better company culture. Shurgard is the largest storage provider in Europe. The organization operates in 7 European countries where it has over 255 storage centers. In the Netherlands, Shurgard has 63 staff stores and 5 unmanned ones. In total, they have about 155 people on the payroll in the Netherlands, most of them full-timers, and the majority of the staff work in the branches. In addition, a number of people work in supporting positions at the head office, including the HR team. So, what is the challenge? Across its operations, Shurgard needed colleagues who excelled in the following skills: sales, service, and administration. We all know someone who is good at sales probably has less affinity with administration, and vice versa. Previously, Shurgard recruited 2 colleagues per branch who complemented each other well in these skills. But this solution had risks. If one of the colleagues were to leave, the colleague left behind was forced to perform tasks that they weren't really suited to. There is also no consistent recruitment policy, which leads to Shurgard suffering higher staff turnover. Shurgard needed a solution that would help them hire the right people. Here's my question to you. How are you taking advantage of the Thomas assessments to ensure consistency in your recruitment processes? So what is the solution? Well, the application process at Shurgard begins with a phone call. They use a checklist for this to see where the candidate stands at Shurgard, as well as to get some clarity on the basic details of the candidate. After screening, a Teams interview with the HR department follows. If this goes well, the candidate is invited to complete a PPA profile, or a personal profile analysis, by Thomas International. The PPA gives that insight into the work behavior, revealing preferred communication styles, strengths, and areas of development for the candidate. They then compare the candidate's results to the prepared job profile. If they match, a proposal is made. Sometimes the candidate's scores deviate somewhat from the desired profile. In that case, another discussion occurs to investigate whether the candidate could still fit in the organization. When recruiting for the position of district manager, they also use the GIA to test the candidate's learning ability. They know from experience that district managers come from very diverse backgrounds, and it is important for Shurgard that someone can conform to the way that they work at Shurgard, that they're able to absorb new information. That's where they see the added value of the learning assessment. They established minimum scores that they feel the district manager should achieve in multiple sections of the GIA. For example, it is important that a district manager can fluently read and understand certain financial documents. Therefore, number speed and accuracy is one of the facets in which a district manager should score well. Thinking of this solution, I have another question for you. At what point do you send your candidates a Thomas assessment to complete? In order to enable the district managers that were hired to work as cohesively as possible, some development work was needed. A team session was organized with Thomas International, during which all of those present completed a PPA assessment beforehand. During the session, the Thomas trainer discussed the individual and team results as well. The purpose of the session was to get to know each other and understand each other's characteristics, because people with different profiles react differently to the same situation. Christina Broeksmit, the Netherlands Human Resources Manager, gave us this great quote about the impact that the team session had. By knowing about yourself and each other, which profile you have, and the characteristics that go with it, it becomes easier to understand the other person, which benefits cooperation. You're using the assessments for recruitment. Why not use it to create that great team cohesion? When asked to comment on using Thomas International assessments at Shurgard, they mentioned, "It gives us the information we need to assess whether a candidate fits within our organization. This has led to lower staff turnover for us, as we can make better objective recruitment decisions." Since Shurgard is organized in the same way in all countries, and they are looking for candidates for the same positions in each location, standardizing its recruitment processes has improved the efficiency of the company. And lastly, the results of the GIA have proved an invaluable tool for Shurgard to assess whether future district managers can work according to the organization's guidelines, as the predictive ability of the assessment is very high. We hope you enjoyed this case study from Thomas International. If you would like to learn more about this case study or any others, please speak to your customer success manager who will be able to help.